Oriente looks, Occidente lex, out of the east light, out of the west laws, thus proclaim the Latin scholars. The Orient became synonymous with light and wisdom, the Occident with laws and conquest of the outer world. The West still dominates the fields of science and technology and economics. The East was far more bothered about conquering the inner world, for the greatest conquest is the conquest of the mind. The noblest conquest is the conquest of oneself, said Buddha. The inner conquest means to sublimate our ego, conquer our negative aspect, and then redeem the world. This is far more difficult than conquering the outer world. Welcome to eastrovedica.com. I am G. Kumar, and we want to reconcile the ancient sciences with the modern sciences. We'll talk about the role of Mars in horoscopy. Mars is the defense minister in the government of the Almighty. On the practical plane, this fiery planet is the significator of administrative ability. If the fire of Mars is not present in the natal chart, then the native will be a dreamer, lacking in the practical brilliance needed for success. The term martial is derived from Mars. Police, defense, martial arts, all these come under his domain. Fiery temperament and skill in war are the prerogatives of Mars. If he be exalted in one's horoscope, the native will become a cruel ruler, as in Emperor Nero's horoscope. Martian effects in the 12 houses. Mars in the ascendant makes one anger prone and fiery, may have suffered some wounds in the body, won't have much longevity, will be suffering from one ailment or the other, will be fickle minded. Mars in the second house, the native will have less wealth, less education also, will be serving people who are evil, will be argumentative. This position of Mars is not good from the perspective of wealth and learning. All malefic planets in the second house are adverse for wealth. Mars in the third house will be very adamantine, will be very adventurous, and will be the enjoyer of wealth, fame, and all sorts of comforts, will be versatile. While Mars in the fourth house makes one devoid of relatives, houses, landed properties, maternal happiness, and conveyances. Mars in the fifth house will be devoid of sons, comforts, and wealth, will face a lot of calumnies, and will be slightly famous. Mars in the sixth house, the native will have sound physique and good health, will be the vanquisher of enemies in the battlefield, won't have much fear in the mind, will have tremendous lust, fame, and regal status. While Mars in the seventh house, the native will be indulging in unethical acts, will be devoid of mental happiness, will be quarrelsome. Mars in the eighth house, the native will be afflicted in body and mind, will be devoid of wealth, will have less longevity. Well, Mars in the ninth house makes one go against father and will be violent, will harass people, will be a lover of the occult, will have occult power. Mars in the 10th house, the native will have regal status, will be very adventurous and enthusiastic. While Mars in the 11th house, the native will have sons, wealth, comforts, prosperity, virility, and determination, will have a lot of subordinates, will be truly versatile, will have the gift of the gab or the divine gift of articulate speech. Mars in the 12th house, the native will have affliction to the eyes, will be lazy, will suffer economic loss, may have to undergo incarceration, will be sorrowful, and health will be adversely affected, will be miserly. Please subscribe to our videos at http://www.youtube.com/zodiacastro1.